Selamat sore teman-teman, kawan-kawan Indonesia. Good afternoon, guys. At the moment I'm at the Rumble Coffee Roasters doing cooking sessions with the guys at Rumble Coffee Roasters. And today we're doing Ethiopian coffees to explain the parts of, to distinguish the difference between Sidama and Yirgacheffe region, the taste, the flavor, the aroma. Jadi teman-teman, ya kita harapkan kita bisa dapat membedakan antara rasa kopi Ethiopia dan dari Ethiopia Sidama dan Ethiopia Yirgacheffe yang akan dihidangkan oleh kawan-kawan saya dari Rumble Coffee Roasters. Oh, it's breaking time. Breaking the crust.
Break the surface and then scoop right to the bottom 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And as you do that, breathe in and hopefully some good aromas will be released. And each one we only do 1 time.
Yeah, I just throw in the.
So heat up the spoon, nice and hot. And then 1, 2, 3, right to the bottom and breathe in.
Sekarang sudah pada tahap pendinginan, cooling down, dan kita sekarang akan menikmati kopinya lagi.
C and G, I could show you the difference.
I like C and E.
Anyway,
E.
favorite? We can still really fruity and sweet somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, well, pretty quick. Does anyone know what process? Did you talk about what process they're with?
No, I didn't.
So did anyone guess the process? So they're all washed. We did that for a reason, because it's straight naturals and it's gonna.
If we put natural coffees on the table, they have too much of a heavy fruit flavour, which is attributable more to the process than to the region, because they're left with the pulp on the fruit, on the cherry. I'm sorry, on the coffee bean a little bit developed, it pulls some of that sugar and it develops kind of a fruity flavour because of the process. So these are all washed.
So they can skew your opinion.
I really like C. I thought C was probably the most Sidama tasting
Yep.
of the lot.
Yep.
Sidama for me is it's more like a berry note. It's kind of rich. It has it's really good, but it has more berries, more blackberry kind of thing going on, or something like that for washed.
Whereas
I really like E
really
and G. Yeah.
Yeah, E and G both good. Yeah. I liked E. It had really good floral notes.
Yeah.
Beautiful, sugary, sweet, and light on the body, but a little bit of acidity, a little bit citrus. Yep.
Yeah, so Yirgacheffe is going to be more kind of citrus.
Yep.
You get bergamot, like an orange kind of flavour coming through, more floral. There's actually in the Ethiopian Coffee Exchange, there's a thing that they call Yirgacheffe flavour. So the coffee is actually a higher grade if it tastes like a Yirgacheffe should taste. And if it doesn't taste like a Yirgacheffe should taste, and it's from Yirgacheffe, then it's a slightly lower grade and sold as a different letter. So yeah. And that's kind of what they're looking for.
Varieties in terms of the cups,
They're all heirloom, so no one really knows.
Okay.
It's just the trees that grow there.
So the kind of what they think happened is the coffee came from this side, right? So this is like Jima and Benchmargi are all like the original birthplace of coffee. Coffee kind of spread naturally in this area.
Yeah.
It didn't grow on the other side of the Rift Valley originally. So people took it there. So Sidama maybe some people took some plants from here and they took it there, and that's what's been grown in that area. So you could actually say that these are a smaller selection of some varietals.
Okay.
Some people have started to name them all. They've been selected, like universities are going through and taking samples and trying to figure out what their markers are and how they're different. But the same thing would have happened in Yirgacheffe, and the same thing would have happened in Harar. So it's just that the coffee came from here, it's been moved over. Where's Sudan? Sudan's here, yeah?
I think to the east, isn't it?
I think it's the
Oh, yeah, true.
So the coffee, so coffee originally came from this side, and it was like, so Sudan's northwest, so up here.
Yep.
And so they do think that there was probably coffee plants growing in southern Sudan as well,
Yep.
originally, back in the day. So this is sort of where coffee kind of came from. So yeah, people would have brought them over, and that's probably why they have these distinct flavors. Why
Because
there
it would
is
have
a
been a
difference.
smaller genetic group that was brought across.
So seeds were taken and to an area, then grown, and then that the rest of the coffee stock that other farms have taken have come from that area. And of course, this has happened over hundreds of years, so the plants naturally kind of evolve and change. So, yeah.
Also, the reason that Sidama and Yirgacheffe have quite distinct flavour profiles, I think, is because they're very much more volcanic, the stuff that's on this side.
Yeah.
So there's a huge kind of mountain range through here. So it's a little bit higher altitude, probably a little bit drier, I imagine, as well.
Yeah. Harar is another really good region that we don't really see any of anymore. And it's a shame. One of the best coffees we've ever had is from Harar. And Harar is like, there's a couple of reasons why people, bigger companies kind of now buy most of the good stuff from Harar, so we don't get the chance to buy any of it, we don't get to see it anymore. So most of the Harar coffee that comes through is pretty rubbish. And also a lot of the farmers pulled out crops and started growing other things when the coffee price was down. They were getting more money for there's a chewable leaf called cat, which in Somalia is really popular. So a lot of them are sending their stuff to Somalia to chew.
Export.
Yeah.
Something like a beetle leaf.
It's like a betel leaf, but not quite. It doesn't dye your mouth red, but it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Keeps you up all night.
Stimulant effect.
Yeah, keeps you up all night. Yeah. It's really popular in Somalia. So the trade going up there.
Has anybody had beetle leaf before?
I haven't tried it.
Anyone? Is it good? Sick.
We grow something called areca nut, which goes well with if anybody had tried something called sweet pan in India. So it's like an what do you call it, appetizer or something that you have after dinner or lunch. So yeah, the beetle nut.
Right.
It's a red nut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wrap it in a leaf or something and then eat it.
Yeah. That's the leaf. Even
Yeah.
that grows like a creeper. It looks so similar to pepper.
Right.
Like the black pepper. So yeah.
So the betel nut itself is very small.
No, it grows on the tree. It's not small
It
actually.
looks like a pepper tree. The tree looks the same.
Yeah. It's a creeper. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. You always see people that have the red teeth.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go to the country, in Malaysia I saw it a little bit. But
Oh yeah.
red
You should
stains.
visit India.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You see the red
Most of-
stains on the footpath.
Yeah,
and
most
it's
of the
sticking out betel nut.
most of the betel nut is grown in the south of India,
Yeah.
and it's consumed mostly in the north India. So it goes with something called chupani. It's something like we mix tobacco with it. So and it's so people don't smoke much in India, so they eat this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a vehicle which is what?
Yeah, let's flip them over. So these three are all Sidama, but it's just basically grade 2, which is, what does that relate to?
So grade 1 and grade 2, they're both kind of considered specialty. And Ethiopian coffee, you used to not be able to buy grade 1 natural, but now you can. So they have grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5. Pretty much grade 3 down is commercial coffee, generally speaking. They have really harsh scoring in Ethiopia. So
So the grade 2 is less than 85, is that right?
yeah,
Yeah.
or 84.5.
So this is when you cup the coffee, you have like a whole lot of different parameters, and you give the coffee a score based on acidity, based on aftertaste, based on body, balance, all this kind of thing. If it has any defects, then it will be much lower score. But I think 84 is specialty, yeah? So that's kind of the
Yeah,
benchmark.
so they do two, there's two different ways, so there's two different valuations that they do. So they do one that's on the green coffee, so they actually take the green coffee, they look at the green coffee, and then they score it based on that. So if there's defects in it, if there's fat beans, insect damage, whatever. So specialty is pretty much can't have any defects. I think it can have one in 350 grams. And then that is worth 40% of its total score. And then 60% of the rest of the score is based on cup quality, which is quite different to other regions. So some places they do it on screen size, how big the coffee bean is, and then it's the one thing and then another thing, and then it's just all cupping. Brazil, for example, most of it's just on the raw value, what the coffee looks like, not necessarily how it tastes. So for cup quality, if it's the top score is 15 for each point, for each thing, and there's only cup cleanliness, acidity, body and flavour. That's 4 things. And so it goes 15, 12, and then it goes 9, 6, 3, 1. So it's really harsh, and those are the only scores you can give them. There's nothing in between. So grade 1 is over 85. Grade 2 can be 75 to 84. So it can actually probably go under. And then grade 3 is 63 to 74. So these numbers, though, aren't what we would normally score on. So normally, if you were taking it to someone who was a Q grader, they wouldn't be scoring these numbers. Like 85, like these are probably both like 83s, maybe. Yeah. So they're both, in the range. Yeah.
They're good coffees, but
Yeah.
not great.
And this, this was delicious.
Yeah.
This is actually roasted
Last week?
last week, a week ago.
Yeah.
This is fresh. These are 2 fresh. This one was last week.
Yeah.
Probably tastes better today than when we got it on Monday.
Would you guys use this coffee like for blends and that one for single origin? or
Probably, yeah.
that's how you do it?
Yeah.
Most likely.
A grade 1 is generally quite expensive,
Yeah.
so therefore grade 2 is more likely to be used.
No blends.
The other way that coffee is kind of sold in Ethiopia as well is like you can buy coffee which is just called Sidama, or you can buy coffee which has like different names. So coffee contracts will come out, they'll have like Sidama, Jima, which are areas, Walega, Forest, Hara, but then you'll also see ones like Kochere, and which will be Yirgacheffe, and there'll be Yirgacheffe, Kochere, and then there'll be Galina Abaya and Wenego and all these other ones. And this is how all the coffee is sold on the coffee exchange, so they all have names. But when we buy coffee, they'll have some different names. So this one is Skijano, but that won't be on here. That's not how it's kind of sold on the exchange.
They don't sell it like in the name or with the name of the farmer or the farm. Like
The farmers are
Not like
generally,
Central America.
not like Central
No.
America and Colombia like this.
so there'll be more washing station based.
Okay.
So say this coffee here, there could be like 500 farmers that submitted coffee to be part of this lot.
Good filters.
And what they do is they all take the coffee, they take their bags. I think the average farm size, did you look up average farm size?
It's like 10 trees or something like
Yeah,
that.
bugger all.
Yeah.
Like it might be like an acre. And it might be that they have an acre of land and that there's like 10 coffee trees on there.
So if they had the farmer's
Yeah.
name, then it would only be the coffee from 10 trees, so it might only be 10 kilos of coffee. So it's just the lots are far too small for them
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
So some of them, like they'll process some of the coffee on their own house for themselves to use. They drink quite a lot of coffee. I think half of the coffee that is grown is consumed in Ethiopia.
By them.
They love coffee,
It's a big traditional thing.
If you go to like there's in Footscray, there's a couple of Ethiopian processed coffee there, like raw coffee. So they'll sell they'll have bag of like Ethiopian benchmargi or something sitting there, and it's generally like natural. It's generally quite old. But you can buy a kilo and they'll buy it and they'll take it home and they cook it up in a frying pan and then they grind it up. Yeah.
Grind it fresh as well, right? They don't let it age. or
No,
anything.
they grind it straight away.
Fry it, grind it,
Hot.
drink it.
Grind it hot,
Yeah.
brew it strong. And it's quite like, they do a coffee ceremony.
Yeah.
But they have like good green coffee, but at the end it doesn't like the result is not as good. Like
They just-
burn
yeah,
the
they-
coffee and
That's
Yeah.
the way they like it.
yeah, they like
Yeah,
it.
and they normally use natural coffees. Pretty much all of Ethiopia, like it was all natural up until probably 20 years ago when they started doing washed. And then it's slowly been getting better and better. And because they've been getting better with the natural coffees as well, so their processing overall has improved.
Just a question. What's your opinion about adding chicory to coffee?
If you need to do that, then you do that. You know, I don't really think.
It's not something that people do in Melbourne just because it's.
Because that commonly done in Vietnam.
I don't know. Yeah.
They do it in India, yeah.
Is it just to stretch it? Yeah.
Yeah, generally. Yeah, chicory is cheap to grow.
But it doesn't add any flavor.
Well, it tastes a lot like coffee, so it kind of stretches the coffee. It doesn't taste that bad. I've had chicory coffee before. It's not terrible. I mean, yeah, it kind of does, but it's not that bad. Generally, because the coffee's terrible and stuff.
You're adding sugar and milk and to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think it was quite popular during like war times when they were trying to stretch out the coffee.
So maybe the overall result is a little bit more like chai than like coffee.
Yeah.
Just because it's kind of like a spice, I guess. It's a wood, but
It's like a root, yeah. You can buy a coffee substitute, which is chicory root, and it's like for people who can't drink coffee.
people are trying to stop drinking coffee.
Yeah, people try. So you can buy it. They give you a substitute. Yeah. The flavour, because it's like roasted, so it has a similar.
But if you,
I'm used to drinking coffee with chicory.
Yeah.
We have filter coffees.
Uh-huh.
So we grow coffee, so we add chicory. We have the beans, and like every 15 days we get it grounded or powdered from the town. And yeah, that's where we add chicory to it.
Yeah.
Come back home, brew it.
I think it's pretty popular in South America as well, and Central America. Yeah. In Brazil, I think they do that. They put all sorts of stuff in there. So these ones were all Yirgacheffe. Do you want to flip them over?
yeah, flip that. Yeah, so this one is Kocheri is quite a famous washing station in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
It's has a good reputation. If you see Ethiopia Kocheri on the shelves, usually you'll know that that's a pretty good coffee.
Yeah, I'm not bumping on that. Yeah, this is our coffee.
Cool. Tasted good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's our coffee, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure. What is the name?
Aricha.
You guys say your coffee is like the coffee you're using to roast or like to sell? Or
Yeah, we haven't started doing it. We haven't started selling it yet, but it's just coming. So we've got this. We've got a Yirgacheffe, a washed Yirgacheffe, and then we have a washed Sidama, which is coming in next week. We haven't got it on the table. It's only just landed like 2 days ago.
The rest of this other coffee that you're not selling, is that like samples or?
These are all samples from people.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's 3 different suppliers that have sold me coffee. These are all fresh crop though, and not.
Yeah, you don't taste any bad flavours in here because
Oh,
this
yeah.
coffee was harvested not long ago,
Yeah.
so it hasn't had time to go bad.
Yeah, I can taste the freshness in all these coffees. There's no aging sort of like woody character in that sort of stuff.
No.
it's much stronger, I guess. It's fresh.
Yeah.
Bagging
CNG
coffee
definitely
can taste a little bit like when it's too old, you get a little bit grassy, or a little bit like the smell of a coffee sack, that just like Hessian kind of bag smell. Yeah, if you put your nose in there and sniff, that's kind of what you taste a little bit with old coffee. And obviously flavors like wood and earth and all that coffee kind of comes out a little bit as well. Guys have any questions?
Any more questions?
Interesting. It's been good.
Go on, Joe Alex has been studying all day.
What's the population?
Yeah, I didn't study population.
How big is it?
Population density of each particular
Each
region.
particular.
Yeah.
You're getting deep here. Getting deep.
I did actually start learning a lot about the Great Rift Valley because the geographic divide that interests me a lot.
Is it like the Andes mountains in South America? Could it be like compared to that? Or?
Yeah, I guess. But the Andes is more of a zone where the tectonic plates are coming together, so they're pushing a lot of material up. Whereas the Great Rift Valley, they're pulling apart. So it's it creates this big depression, as well as a few areas where there are fault lines with mountains, so there's a little bit of uplift there.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's great with like depressions. And there's some lakes there, like the the Great Lakes of Victoria, I think, that are really deep, just like kilometers deep.
Yeah, I mean they call it the Great Rift Valley, and it's but like if you were standing in it, you wouldn't really realise you were in a valley. It's ginormous.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's like, and it would just seem like a big ginormous plane that just kind of kept going in every direction if you were standing in the middle.
But the elevation down here is maybe 1,000 meters or lower than that, and the elevation on top of the mountains is like 2,000 up to 2,400. So it's some pretty big mountains there.
Yeah, and really close to the equator, so the mountains have to be really high. So I think the average height probably for coffee growing would be 2,000 meters.
Yeah.
And they probably range between 1,800 and 2,200 maybe.
Yeah. That
So
makes
similar to Kenya.
Yeah, that makes it really nice because it's got that sort of nice soil characteristics.
And that's when you get like really good soil, it's nice and temperate. You're not going to get
Also, the plants have to try a little bit harder to survive.
and there's not lower oxygen.
Yeah, there's lower oxygen, like less kind of whatever available in the atmosphere for them, and they put a lot of sugar into the fruit because they have to really struggle. The yields are a little bit lower, but the fruit, the coffee tastes a little sweeter because of that.
Then they don't grow the coffee on the valley, but like on the edges of the valley. That's, I guess, how it works.
And on the mountains.
On the mountains, yeah.
So the edges of the valley, where the mountains would be.
That's where they go.
Yeah.
Once you put all these coffees and get the flavors, how does this information like help you to decide like roasting this coffee? Like, espresso feels like how does information?
If it's grown a little bit higher, then coffee beans are generally a little bit harder, so they may require a little bit more heat to kind of get through, perhaps. So you roast coffee based on the density of the coffee beans and high altitude.
So yeah, we take measurements of moisture level and density. Ethiopian coffee, because of the altitude, is very dense, so it changes the way that you apply heat to the coffee. But also things like, say, one of the coffees was the body wasn't very high. You might have to change the roast style to increase the body if you were trying to do it for, say, espresso and you wanted more body, or it had a really good sweetness. So you roast it lighter or whatever to accentuate the sweetness and try and get more sweetness out of the coffee. And what you're trying to look for is maybe when you're doing this, we're looking for a coffee we want to buy, so we're looking for something that's very balanced and it tastes great as it is as a cupping roast that we haven't modified. And then when we know that when we do it like an actual profile on the bigger roaster and we start to work with it, we can bring out certain attributes from that coffee that we like that are going to work really well and taste great. So we change the profile to support. There's certain things you can do with the roast, maybe longer, shorter, different development stages that can be moved around to help make things, mute things, or make things.
We completely sun-dried.
No, yeah, these guys don't either. They don't really use heaters in Ethiopia. They don't need to. Most Ethiopian coffee is actually organic because they don't need to put anything on the coffee. Because it naturally grows there, they don't really have to worry about pesticides, they don't have leaf rust problems. The soil's amazing, so they don't really have to do anything, it just grows. It's like, that's where it came from, it's just grows. Any more questions?
It's a nice experience. Thank you.
That's right, we'll try and do another one with naturals.
Yeah. It's easier to pick the differences between natural and wash coffees than two regions that are very close to each other. So this was quite a hard cupping.
Yeah.
That. Natural versus wash is always really interesting.
Yeah.